Hello.
This is our first video podcast of our new podcast that we started a couple weeks ago. And so this will be going up on my YouTube channel. So if you're watching on my YouTube channel that I haven't uploaded since 2007,
Yeah.
hi again. And if you're listening on Apple and Spotify, welcome.
Ugh. Is your name Rude Unicorns on YouTube too?
No, I think it's just Sarah Whittle.
Sarah Whittle, right?
Yeah. So what are we going to talk about today, Claudio?
Why don't we talk? You know what look at what I'm wearing.
Yes.
Do you remember this sweater?
Of course I remember the sweater.
What about this sweater?
It's the sweater that you and I first met in, and the sweater that we got engaged in.
We were both in this sweater.
Both of the sweaters. Yeah. It's kind of a cute knit pattern. And yeah, you had your glasses and your sweater, this patterned sweater on, and that's what attracted me to
I
you
looked
at the
kind
bar.
of like this, but better because I weighed like 35 pounds less. But I want to let's tell the story of my proposal.
Yes.
Because I think it's a very nice story.
Our engagement, it's a very, I will say, I never, like, I wasn't the type of person that, like, imagined my proposal and imagined my wedding and all this. Yeah. No, I wasn't that type of person. And I never really loved the idea of public proposals. But.
Right. Like the YouTube videos. Of
Yeah, like a baseball game or whatever. But I will say your proposal was the most perfect proposal for me.
Let's tell the story.
Let's tell it.
So where should I start? Where should we start? It was about a year and a half into us dating.
Yes. Yeah.
A year and a half into us dating. That sounds early. That sounds very early.
I mean, we moved kind of quickly. Like we
2 years maybe.
Were
2
like
years in?
Yeah. Well, we were like seeing each other for 3 months, and then like pretty much 11 months after we were first met, we moved in together.
Yes.
Then 7 months later, we got cats. And then, like, a month later, you proposed to me.
Yeah. So, I got the idea. The story of my idea is, I basically was in my car, actually. I was driving to San Diego. I was talking to my brother. And kind of to get talking, we came to an idea.
Yeah.
Because we were going to go to Wyoming.
We were going to go to where I grew up.
Wyoming, to visit your parents.
To visit my parents, who were also in a play. So they were every year in Wyoming, in our town, we have a melodramatic play with like a villain and a heroine.
It's very cool.
And it's like very cowboy-y. And I used to do that play for like 7 years growing up. I did it a lot. And so my parents just so happened to be in the play this year. My dad was playing the villain. And my mom was like in between, in the intermissions, they have like oleo acts, which are just kind of people around the city like show off their talents. So my mom would sing a song. Right. Yeah. And so I was like, I didn't know. I was like, my parents have never been in a play together. So like, let's all go to Wyoming and go see them. And my best friend Kiana came along, and one of our other friends came along. So it was like a group trip that we were planning.
Yes.
Aside from him planning the proposal.
Yes.
I had no idea. Yeah, let's back up. I had no idea that he was proposing. However, I did things in case he did propose.
That's your side of the story.
That's
You're
my
gonna say
side
in
of
a
the
little
story,
bit.
yeah.
But okay, basically, I was thinking of proposing in general. In that period, I was loosely thinking of proposing and loosely looking at rings, right?
Yeah, because you and I.
I asked you.
Yeah, this was in a couple months prior to us. We got engaged in July, right? Yeah. So in May of that year, I bought him and I a trip to New York, New York City.
Oh yeah,
and we were kind of talking about marriage, which everyone should do. It should not be like a mystery how that person's going to answer.
Oh, yeah.
If you're at a certain point in the relationship, you should say, hey, what do you think about marriage and all that stuff? Mm-hmm. And what if we got married? Those conversations need to happen. So in May of that year, we got engaged. We went to New York.
Great trip.
It was an awesome trip. And we went ring shopping. So
Yeah.
we went to Tiffany's and pretended that we were shopping for
Kind of
Tiffany's
for fun too,
rings.
because Tiffany's right there, and so it's like, oh, let's go to Tiffany. We can look at rings.
We can look at rings. I tried on a heart-shaped ring. So he had a little bit of an idea of the ring that both of us liked. Because
And
like
you
I
kinda-
said, I
yeah.
never knew what kind of ring I wanted.
Yeah, it's not like you knew. I
had
definitely want
no
that kind of
idea.
ring. But you kind of helped me too to figure out what
We
ring
found
you
a
like.
style we both liked, actually.
Yeah. And flash forward to a week.
July, yeah.
To a week before going to the trip, I was talking to my brother in the car, and I was like, "Oh, I'm thinking of proposing." And my brother said, "Oh, are you going to the trip?" Blah blah blah. And I say, "Yes." Like, "Are you going to propose there?" I'm like, "No, because I don't have time enough to." And then we both came up with, "Oh, but like if I did find a ring, that would be awesome if I just proposed then
Then when?
at the play."
At the play.
At the melodrama. Anyway, I decided to do that. A great friend that I have that works with in the ring industry, she helped me a lot to find super fast a diamond and a ring, and she did. And it was delivered to her from New York the day before we had to fly
to Wyoming.
To Wyoming.
So let me tell you, around the same time that Claudio is like talking to his brother, ordering the ring, days before we fly out of town, I'm driving to work and I'm like, oh my God, like just to myself. Oh my God, wouldn't it be so sweet if he proposed and my grandpa's there and my brother's there too, my whole family's there, like, wouldn't that be nice? Just to myself.
Were you thinking at the play?
At the play
Yeah.
or in Wyoming, we got a puppy
Hello,
crossing.
puppy.
Hello, baby.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for the butthole.
So,
Okay.
butthole right next to the mic. Yes.
Okay.
Sit right next to the
It's
camera.
sitting next to you guys.
Perfect.
Okay.
Nope.
All
Stay. Puppy's still crossing.
Well, let's push through.
Baby, do you want to? Okay. So, why are you wet? Why are you a
He's
wet
always
cat?
wet. It's okay.
Oh my God,
Is it urine?
it's just water.
Okay.
So, I was like, oh my God, wouldn't that be so cute? And I texted my best friend Kiana, who was coming on the trip, and I said, oh my God, what if Claudio proposed in Wyoming? And she just said, oh, that's cute. She never told you that.
Never. By the way, when that happened, you obviously you thought, oh, maybe can I talk to Claudio?
Yeah.
That never happened.
Never happened. So we go to Wyoming. Also a little prep I did. I got my nails done. And then I put a heart on my ring finger.
It was.
I was
you
putting
got,
it into the universe. I had no
you
clue.
did. Your nail setting was very engagement. Was very proposal.
It was like nude
ready.
with like hearts on the ring fingers.
It
Like,
was kind of.
I
It was kind of
putting it in
similar
the
to the
universe.
one that you had at your wedding, also, right? At our wedding. Similar.
It was similar.
style.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Puppy.
Puppy, don't eat.
He's chewing your
the
guitar.
plant. Oh. Puppy, I'm gonna spray you. Okay.
Okay.
The day before the ring got delivered, I drove to the to my friend to get the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, at that time I was like, "Baby, I'm going down to pick up something from a friend real quick." And you were like, "Well, let me get
can come
ready
with
so I
you.
can come with, and then we
can
go to
have
dinner, right?"
Yeah.
I was like, but I gotta go right now. It's like, you can wait for 20 minutes that I shower. I'm very accommodating usually.
Yeah.
I would always say, sure, I'm gonna wait. It's okay. Even if my friends waits a little bit, it's fine. But that one time I was like,
Yeah.
no,
you were
I gotta
just
go
like,
now.
I gotta go. Yeah.
They're like, okay. So
Yeah.
she was weirded out by that. And at dinner,
Yeah. We were at dinner, and I was like, "How was your day?" And he was just like in your own little world.
I was pensive.
You started talking and then you just quit talking. And then you just shut down.
Yes.
And I was like, what the frick is happening? And I was like, I was getting really pissed off because he in the beginning of our relationship, you were very in yourself. Like,
Yeah, but I was born and raised like an introvert guy.
Exactly.
And trying now to come out of it a little bit, but yeah.
So I've always like tried to just get how you're feeling, because sometimes you
Yeah.
just sit there and you look so sad. So
not anymore.
Not anymore, but in the beginning for sure. And so
yeah, that's right.
I was like, hey, if you're at dinner, I was like, hey, if you're going to shut down like this, if you're not going to communicate, if you're not going to tell me what's clearly on your mind, something is bothering you, this is going to be an issue in our relationship.
And even at home, I remember
I
we kept
need
going.
someone to be able to tell me what is going on in their brain.
And I was like, I get it, but why do you want to talk about our problems tonight?
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to talk about this little thing
So we
tonight?
were arguing
But the thing is this.
till like 2 in the morning, and we had to fly out at like 7.
Yes. And in my defense, yes, it was a weird behavior because I was thinking of so many things. I was nervous.
The proposal
I
you
was
were trying to
nervous
coordinate.
because first of all, I'm proposing, so of course I'm nervous. And then I had to get the ring. I had to figure out how to put the ring in the luggage and figure out how to not have the TSA agent to just like open the ring and say like, oh, is your engagement ring? So I put a note on it. But anyway, that's why I was nervous and that's why I was weirded out. And then you understood.
And you were at the time talking to my parents, coordinating with the people at the play.
Coordinated so
like,
much.
because you did plan it for the play. I think you said earlier you said you were thinking about doing it at the play. You were gonna do it at the play.
I was gonna do it at the play.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you were coordinating
your
all that.
your dad helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love your dad. He helped me a lot. Figure out how to get it done.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I come? I was like to your dad, hey, how can you get me on stage, or can you get me inside on stage, or Sara on stage?
Yeah.
And he's like, let me find out, and we did.
Yeah.
But anyway, so flash forward, nothing happened with the TSA agent.
Yes.
And what do we do today?
We arrived in Wyoming, and it was July, and so we're getting ready for the play. The first night we were there, I put on a dress and some wedges, looked cute because I was putting it in the universe. Claudio,
I avoided. Hello, puppy.
Puppy's back again.
I avoid. It's not nice that you're showing people your butthole.
Come on, he trusts our viewers.
Sorry, I avoided being cute on purpose.
Well, no. So Claudio.
I didn't want to seem like I was getting like ready for a gala.
Yeah, Claudio put me through some like diversions. He puts on this sweater that he had on the first time we met.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a little suspicious. And also, it's July. And this is a thick ass knitted sweater.
But it was Wyoming.
It was a little chilly, yes. But then I looked at his jeans, and he was wearing a pair of jeans that I didn't like because they had the crotch. Like, in the crotch, it had a hole the size of my hand. And I was like,
it wasn't
he's
that big.
not, it was very big. And I was like, he's not going to get on one knee in these crotchless jeans. So he was shooting bullets around me like Matrix. I had no idea what was happening, but I still dressed cute, and I still wore little wedges. And I was just like, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. Yes. And by the way, I told a lot of people that were there with us that was going to happen. Mm-hmm. I told our friend Kian, I told your brother, I told, obviously your parents knew. And so I told everybody to get ready when something weird was going to happen, to take their phone out and take a video.
Yeah, so this is the weird things, and then we can go into the actual proposal. Moments before the proposal, I noticed a couple things. One thing I noticed was that Kiana and my brother were taking out their phones and recording everything during every intermission. And I was like, that's weird. But I was also like, I'll do the same because this is fun.
I like that.
I like that. Then right before the actual moment happened, I felt the intermission was like about to end. It was the last intermission because there's 3. And I saw the entire cast of the play up in the balcony.
Which is also all people that you know.
It's all people I grew up with, did plays with and everything. And I was like, why is the whole cast up there when this is the end of the intermission?
I don't understand.
So, in the play, during intermission...
What happened was that the cast went up there
watch.
The way on top, all the way where nobody was.
In the balcony.
Yeah. On the on an unused balcony to look what was gonna happen.
Yeah. So in the play, during the intermissions, there is a sheriff, and it's like a totally improvised part. And the sheriff will come out every intermission, kind of pick on the guys and the girls.
Do some crowd work, right?
In the crowd, yeah, being like, "Hey, you're looking at them
you
too
guys
much.
Are being loud.
You're too drunk.
Yeah.
It's just like super fun." Then in the last intermission, they pull usually a guy.
Usually,
out,
always happens. Yeah.
And he arrests him, and then he shoots him out back. It's all fake, but it's very Wyoming.
Nobody gets hurt.
Usually, it's the youngest, cutest guy there, so I just assumed that Claudio was gonna get.
Oh, that's a thing.
It's usually So I just assumed Claudio was gonna get picked on.
Oh, you kind of felt that I was gonna get picked on already.
So in third intermission, Claudio gets picked on. Then you can go.
I get picked on, and
by the sheriff.
By the sheriff, and he's giving me crap, and he's doing a
oh my god, that was horrible.
A cloudy sky on top of me kind of joke, and he basically squeezed a
he had a wet
towel.
Yeah,
and he squeezed
says, "You're sweating so much because all these pretty girls," and then he rang the wet towel over your head,
which was soaking wet.
It was soaking wet. Right before you're about to propose to
Yeah.
someone, he pours water.
I'm not exaggerating. It was like a small bottle of water on top of my head. Okay.
Yeah.
And he arrests me. He arrests me, and I go like, oh, and the guy, the MC, right?
Yeah,
the MC on stage goes like, wait, what's going on? You can arrest that guy. It's like, why? Because that guy is with the world famous Sarah Whittle. And she's like, what? What?
And I was like, oh no.
And everybody's laughing, and she's like, okay.
I'm like, what?
And right away, the guy says, Sarah comes up on stage, and that's probably when you understand.
Ooh,
right?
That's gonna make me cry right now. But that was the shift that happened when he said, no, before you take Claudio away, Sarah, come up on stage. And I was like,
uh-oh.
What?
And obviously, your friend and your brother were still taking a video.
I looked at Kiana and I said to her, "Are you serious?" Because I needed her to either confirm nor deny, because I was gonna cry any minute. And so I looked at her and I said, "Are you serious?"
And she just
she stone faced me. She would have, if it wasn't a proposal, been like, "Hey, it's funny. It's like fine, it's fine." But she stone faced me, so I knew it was. For real. So I go up on stage.
And you're shaking.
I'm shaking the whole time. Fucking on the edge of tears. Because I'm like, don't be stupid, Sarah. If he doesn't propose, it's going to be so embarrassing.
Be cool. And as you go up on stage, the guy says, Claudio, down there, before you get arrested, do you have any last
words?
Wish? And I say, last wish, and I say, can I kiss Sarah? Can I kiss my girlfriend? And he's like, for sure, come up on stage. And I come up on stage, and she starts crying as I'm coming up
immediately.
On stage.
The whole audience, silent. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
The audience doesn't have any idea what's going on.
They have no idea what's going on.
And probably they think it's part of the show. Up to really.
If you've never seen the show before, you'd be like, okay, this is
happening.
They bring people up on the stage.
And
that's
then
fine.
the guy's gonna get shot right after.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, yeah, that's fine. So then Claudio comes up, and he grabs my hand.
The ring. I didn't have it all night because obviously if I had the ring in my pocket,
yeah.
I had jeans and it was gonna show like a bulge on the pocket. So I gave it to Kiana the whole night, right? She kept it in her purse. At one point, when I think probably at the beginning of the play, because I didn't know for sure when it was gonna be. At the beginning of the play, I was like, behind you.
Because I was in between.
Yeah,
Kiana
you were right
and
here.
Yeah.
I was here. The stage was over there. You were right here, and Kiana was after you. I go like that, and she gives me the ring, and I just put it right here. So
in your
my
sleeve.
ring was like right here.
It was in your
under
your bicep.
Yeah. And that's what I had it. So as I'm coming up on stage, I'm like that. I look like this coming up on stage.
Just shoving your whole hand up your sleeve. Yeah. So then he reaches out from his armpit sleeve.
Yeah.
Pulls out the box and gets down on one knee, and I instantly am like, bah! Like just crying so much. Yeah. And
I
Eventually,
forget
I
to kiss
think,
you too, by the way.
yeah, at this point, both of us completely blacked
I
out.
lost my mind.
It
I
was
don't even.
so awkward and weird.
I don't even remember. I don't even remember it happening at
I
all.
was hysterically crying.
Yeah.
And then I think eventually the audience was like,
They kind of were like, oh, this is for real.
And then I was waiting for Claudio to say something. And meanwhile, I'm just...
That I think I did say right at the beginning. You probably didn't hear me, and then I said it again, something like that. Because I did say... But I didn't kiss you, that's what I did.
Yeah, so then he goes, will you marry me? And I go,
We just
yes.
hugged.
And we cry. We're hugging. Didn't kiss me once.
No, and then you eventually take my face.
Eventually, I took your face and kissed it. I'm crying and shaking so much. And then we got off the stage and everyone's cheering and crying.
The show at this point, it looks like it's just frozen. Like they don't know what's going on. You're just coming out of the stage and
probably
people.
so awkward.
The show
for
is
them.
still frozen. You
All
come out
these
the
cowboys
stage,
like, what the frick?
and you ask for your.
Yeah, I said,
your
where's my mom? And my
You're
mom,
looking in the
I
crowd.
was looking in the crowd. I was like, where's my mom? She's here. And then I like hugged her and was crying. People are still watching this whole thing.
Everybody's
happen.
still looking at us. Nothing happening on
There's
stage.
still 20 more minutes of the play to go.
Yeah.
So I stand up and I'm like awkward, getting myself together, and so I was like, okay, I'll give context to the audience. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I said something like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I used to do the melodrama for like 7-8 years here. I didn't know this was happening. This is amazing. I guess we keep watching the play."
I guess the show can go on right now.
And then I just sat down in the audience and watched the last act of the play, which my dad was in. My dad was in the last
Which, by the way,
act.
both your dad and your mom were incredible in that show.
They were so good.
Your dad was the villain, and your
He
mom
was so
sang
Yeah.
a couple of times? One time? Twice?
I don't know. A couple times.
They
I
were
think.
amazing.
They were amazing. So then the play ended. We had to sit through and watch the rest of the play.
Yeah, I was telling you about
After
also,
this like life-changing thing happened.
But it's very nice because small town thing, right? So after the play, everybody's just meeting in the hall.
In the lobby,
right?
yeah.
And it was, 100 people?
Yeah, it was so fun.
It was 100 people and everybody knows each other and everybody... And also that makes me think, at the beginning of the play, we're out there and again there's everybody there in the hall.
And they all kind of know what's going on.
They all kind of say hi to you.
Oh, yeah.
The whole...
I would
the whole
love
cast
to
say
know
hi
a
to you.
secret like that. I would love to know, like, hey, you're about to have like a very memorable thing happen. Like that's so fun.
What if you were wearing something terrible and your nails
my
weren't
God.
done and people were looking at you and feeling bad for
Well, I
you?
always get my nails done in general, but that trip in particular, I was like, I need to make sure. I mean, not now because we're in quarantine. They all fell off day 4, but yeah, that was great. And then we went to the bar afterwards and partied and drinks.
People were buying a shot. What was buying a shot?
But drinks were like $4 because they're Wyoming, so you just buy a full round of drinks for the whole bar for the cost of one cocktail in LA. So yeah, that was it. And honestly, that was perfect. That was the most perfect engagement ever, proposal ever. And I learned that my parents could keep a secret. Did not know that was possible.
And Kiana, your friend, yes.
Yeah. Kiana can keep a secret.
Yeah.
Kiana can keep it together.
Yeah,
my parents, I had no clue that they could...
For about a week. Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Was very good. And that's the story. And
you did so good.
I need to get out of this sweater because this
You're
sweater, it's just terrible.
Why?
Also,
it's cute. I like it.
But it's 2 sizes.
Too small?
Too small.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
It's fine. We're going to diet and exercise in 2 weeks.
Italian word of the day. Obviously, the Italian word of the day is proposal.
Okay.
Weird?
I just love these like super specific Italian words of the day that
I'm not gonna
only,
teach.
But
listen,
you wouldn't want to like teach like words that they're gonna use all day or all the
if
time
I'm
or
teaching
something.
words, everyday words like where's the bathroom and stuff like that, you need 7 episodes just to teach where's the bathroom.
Got it.
So there's no point.
Okay,
right?
so proposal.
So where is the bathroom?
No.
No.
Proposal.
Proposal is Pretty similar. Proposta.
Proposta.
Proposta. We say
Proposta.
We say proposta di matrimonio.
Proposta.
We say
Proposta.
di matrimonio. Proposta da.
Proposta. That is hard.
Proposta di
For a
matrimonio.
half Asian kid, that's extremely hard.
Proposta.
Proposta.
Yeah.
Can't think about it too much. The more I think about it,
bad.
the worse the enunciation gets.
Make sure you learn that word.
All right. Well, that was our engagement
That was our engagement story.
Yeah, and we do have some video of it, but that's kind of like for us. It's only for us.
No, but it's terrible quality.
And it's not shot very well, but that's
it's
okay.
terrible quality.
We were not in control of the
Nope.
photography.
Yeah.
No, it's a great video. It's just for us. It's for us. Probably gonna cut out that whole part, but. Thank you guys so much. That was our engagement story.
Yes. And
you did so good. You did so good. That was very good for me.
At the proposal or right now?
The proposal.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
right now you're doing well too.
I'm doing okay.
That was like a spectacular moment in my life.
Bye.
No, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get I already have 1 million subscribers.
You're
but
trying to get the second
I'm trying
one.
to get 1,000,001. I want you to subscribe. And
for some
you
reason,
can
we
also
cannot reach that
subscribe.
1,000,001.
Yeah, for
follower.
some reason, I'm so close. So close. And if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, subscribe. Share with your friends. Rate.
Do it.
Tweet it out.